Bonjour à tous et à toutes. J'espère que vous passez un excellent week-end. Je suis Madame Cordel, and today I thought I would do a walkthrough of the foundation writing paper. So for those of you taking the high tier one, you can still have a go. However, I would recommend you do the essays with the number of words that you would normally do for your higher tier paper, for your 16 and then your 32 marker. Okay, so the time allowed for the foundation paper is 1 hour. And in this paper, students will have to answer 4 questions. So we have question 1, which is the photo card. The question 2, which is a piece of writing on a specific topic. Then we have question 3, which will be a translation from English into French of a few sentences. And last but not least, your last question will be another essay, which will be longer than your first one. Okay? So, si vous êtes prêts, c'est parti, on y va. Okay, so this is the paper that was taken in 2020. So this is paper 4, writing foundation tier. The time allowed is 1 hour. As always, try to remember to take a few black pens just in case the one you're using stops working. And you have here the sections that you need to go over. And the maximum number of points for this paper is 50. Okay, so let's go straight into our first question. Question 1, which is for 8 marks. And you have to write 1, 2, 3, 4 sentences describing a photo card, essentially. Okay, so the sentences, they have to be properly formulated. So what we need is sujet, verbe, complément. Okay, so you have to have your subject, you have to have your verb, and then whatever else you want to add to your sentence. Okay, each sentence will be for 4 marks, and they all mark individually. Okay, so let's have a look at what we can say to describe this photo card. Donc, usually the first thing you say, usually there's some people on it. So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Il y a 9 personnes sur la photo. And that will be your first sentence. Okay? So they don't have to be complex, but they have to be accurate, as accurate as you can make them. Okay, next, what we can talk about is what they're wearing. Donc, ils portent, I mean, obviously there's quite a few of them, so they might be wearing different things, but we can just narrow it down to a couple of things. Donc, ils portent des t-shirts et, pardon, des, voilà, chemises, par exemple. Next, we are going to write about what they're doing. D'accord, so you can see they've just done their shopping and they're putting the fruits and veg on the table. Alors, ils mettent des fruits et des légumes. Let's not forget the accents. Sur la table. Voilà, so that's our third sentence. Et la dernière, we can talk, for example, about how they're feeling, right? And they all seem to be quite happy. So that's what we are going to talk about in the last sentence. Alors, tout le monde, everybody, tout le monde est content. Everybody is happy, car ils sourient because they are smiling. And that's our 4 sentences. So let's move on to question 2. So question 2, you have to write about 40 words. So it's a very short essay. Which equates to 16 marks for this question. So it's going to be 10 marks for the content and then an additional 6 marks for the quality of the language that you will be using when writing this essay. Okay, so 40 words is an approximate. Okay, so you can go over. I wouldn't recommend going under because otherwise you will not get right enough to be able to get the marks. Okay, so you have to write about each of the bullet points. If you miss one out, you won't be able to get the marks for the top band. Yeah. You don't need to have equal coverage for each of the bullet points, but I would recommend probably writing a couple of sentences for each of them and try and keep it even if you can. 2 to 3 sentences is good. So if you only write 6 or 7 words in each of the bullet points, I mean, you will still be able to cover them, but it's not going to be enough for you to access the top bound. So be mindful of that when you're writing it. Okay. If you do go well over, it's absolutely fine too, because everything you will write must be marked. So let's have a go at this one. Alors, la musique is the first one. So I'm going to try and vary the tenses. I'm going to try and use a few just so you see how you can incorporate them. Okay? Alors, j'adore la musique pop. Voilà, pourquoi pas. La semaine prochaine. So I started up with the present and now I'm giving an example of what I'm going to do in relation to music. So next week, la semaine prochaine, je vais aller voir un concert de mon chanteur préféré. So remember your accents. Again, if you're using a computer, make sure you know where the accents are if you're not using your own one. Ce sera, so I started off there with the near future, and now moving on to the simple future. Ce sera inoubliable. Inoubliable is a good, easy one that you can slot anywhere, so remember this one. It will be unforgettable. Let's move on to the second bullet point. Alors, le cinéma. Now I say I'm going to go and use a new tense in the past tense. Okay? Donc, la semaine dernière, je suis allée, I'm going to add the E for the feminine. If obviously you're a boy, don't add the E. You can leave it without. Je suis allée au cinéma avec mon ami. Nous avons regardé. We watched. So I'm using still the perfect tense here. Un film de science-fiction, pardon. Fiction. And now I'm going to use the imperfect to talk about how it was. Il y avait, there was, beaucoup d'action. And that's our second paragraph. Okay? Next, we are moving on to shopping, le shopping. Alors, I haven't used the negative structure yet, so I'm going to try and incorporate it now. So we have some complex structures in there as well. Je n'aime pas faire du shopping car je trouve ça barbant. Because I find it boring. À mon avis, don't forget to give your opinion. This is really, really, really important. I mean, we've said it here with j'adore and things like that, but it's nice to have it in this way, à mon avis, d'après moi, selon moi. That's a nice way of doing it as well. Donc, à mon avis, c'est une perte de temps. In my opinion, it's a waste of time. Je préfère, I prefer, je préfère faire les courses en ligne. Parfait, so I prefer to do it online. Okay, so now we are going to move on to les médias sociaux. Alors, j'aime beaucoup les réseaux sociaux. Car, I'm going to justify it, car j'adore partager mes photos et bavarder, bavarder avec mes amis. C'est vraiment bien. It's really nice. So when you do it, try and use some intensifiers alongside your adjectives and don't forget to give your opinion. Okay, so for this one, because it's only 40 words, you are meant to be doing approximately 10 words for each of the bullet points. Like I said, you can go over. However, I would probably separate them. You have the space to do it. So if you can separate them so the examiner can see clearly they've answered all 4 bullet points. Okay. Alors, next is the translation. So the translation in question 3 equates to 10 marks. So it's going to be split between 5 marks is going to be for conveying key messages, and then you're going to have 5 marks for the application of grammatical knowledge of the language as well as the structures. Okay, so overall you're getting 10 marks for these translations. Now, what's really, really important is to look out for tenses. If you get the tense wrong, then you won't get a tick or, you know, for that part of the translation. All right. So let's start with the first one. English is fun. L'anglais est amusant. So remember, in French, if you have a noun, you need an article as a general rule. Donc, l'anglais est amusant. That's our first one. Second one is I go on holiday by train. Donc, I go, je vais. On holiday is en vacances. En train, by train. Next one, I talk with my friends in the park after school. Alors, you could use a few verbs for this one. For I talk, you could use je bavarde, je parle, je chatte. They're all good. Yeah, donc je parle avec mes amis ou mes copains au parc après l'école. Again, not to forget the accents. Voilà. Next one. I was already translated it. It is important to recycle paper. So, you could say il est important ou c'est important de recycler le papier. Paper. And the last one. Last Saturday, I celebrated my birthday at a good restaurant. So this one is a little bit longer than the others. And they have used a different tense. They've used the perfect tense here, okay? Donc, samedi voilà, j'ai fêté ou j'ai célébré, they both good. Just remember to have the verb in the past participle form. Donc, j'ai fêté mon anniversaire dans un bon restaurant. And that's it for question 3. Okay, perfect. So, next we're moving on to question 4. So question 4 is a 16 marker and you have to write around 90 words for this one. You are going to be getting 10 marks for the content and 6 marks for the quality of the language that you will be using. So a very good response should cover all aspects of the task, okay? So again, you need to answer all 4 bullet points. And you also need to express your opinion. That's really, really important to reach top bands, okay? So try to use a wide range of vocab if you can, some complex structures if possible, and you have to reference all 3 tenses in this one. So we need to have past, present, and future tenses in this essay. So let's have a go at answering this one. Alors, vous y mêlez votre correspondant sur votre petit job. Décrivez votre petit job, votre opinion du travail, vos activités récemment au travail, votre préférence pour le travail à l'avenir. Écrivez environ 90 mots en français. Répondez à chaque aspect de la question. Okay, so if you read the first question and you're not feeling inspired by it, you will notice here that you must not answer both of these questions, which means there's another question you can answer instead of this one. Okay, so often students ask me, if I answer the hardest one, will I get more points? The answer is no. You are only going to be marked on what you write, regardless as to the topic you choose. So move on to the second one. Have a read, and if you feel more inspired by this one, do the next one. Alors, this is the second one. Vous écrivez un article sur votre santé pour un magazine français. Décrivez ce que vous mangez, votre opinion du sport, une activité sportive le week-end dernier, votre style de vie à l'avenir. Écrivez environ 90 mots en français. Répondez à chaque aspect de la question. Okay, so again, you must answer all 4 bullet points. So let's have a go together. Alors, the first one, décrivez ce que vous mangez. So you need to talk about what you eat. D'accord? Alors, je mange beaucoup de fruits et légumes. Car, I'm going to justify it now. C'est très bon pour la santé. So I'm using intensifiers and adjectives as well. Now I'm going to give a little bit more information. Mes fruits, voilà, préférés. Les accents, ça fait perdre un tout petit peu de temps quand on le fait sur ordinateur. Sont les framboises et les fraises, par exemple. J'aime aussi les pizzas et les frites. Actually, I'm going to justify it parce que c'est délicieux. And that only, means you need a few more words, but it's nice to have adjectives. So here, I said because c'est délicieux, you could easily add another intensifier here and say car c'est vraiment délicieux. D'accord? C'est vrai en plus. C'est très, très bon. Alors, next one is votre opinion du sport. So you need to give your opinion about sports. J'adore le sport. À mon avis, selon moi, d'après moi, any way you want to give your opinion, les sports, équipe. So I'm going to use the comparative next to have a complex structure in there. Sont plus amusants que les sports individuels. Individuels, voilà. I'm going to use the connective next. Donc, je joue souvent, often, au basket avec mes amis. Voilà, I think I'm going to stop there because I feel like I'm going way over otherwise. Yes. Next is une activité sportive le week-end dernier. Alors, le week-end dernier means we are going to need to use the perfect tense. Alors, le week-end dernier, qu'est-ce que j'ai fait? Le week-end dernier, j'ai joué au tennis avec mon frère, par exemple. Pourquoi pas? C'était, it was, so this is imperfect. C'était tellement, I'm using a different intensifier here. It was so much fun. C'était tellement amusant, mais aussi très fatigant, but also very tiring. Next, we're going to move on to the next bullet point, which is votre style de vie à l'avenir. So here we're going to need to use the future tense. So you can choose between the near future or the simple future. Alors, à l'avenir, wherever possible, always introduce your tenses. Last week, last month, when it's the past tense, last year, and if it's in the future, à l'avenir, la semaine prochaine, l'année prochaine. But so the examiner knows what tense is coming. Alors, à l'avenir, because here we're talking about health, yeah? C'est un article about health, un article sur votre santé. So we're going to try and keep it about that. Donc, à l'avenir, je boirai plus d'eau. In the future, I will drink more water. Et je ferai plus de sport. And I will do more sports. Pour garder la forme. Cependant, however, je ne mangerai plus. So I'm using a negative structure here. I will no longer eat au fast. Je vais avoir la place. Au fast food, because earlier I said I liked pizzas and chips. Car ce n'est pas sain, because it's not healthy. Okay, so this was our fourth and final question. So here at the end, you have a couple additional pages in case you don't have enough space to write. Just make sure you remember to put the question number here, so the examiner knows what question it refers back to. Okay, so good luck with your revision. I hope this was useful, and à très bientôt. Au revoir.